In the mid-1980s, off the coast of Japan, a team of divers discovered something that would challenge every assumption about the birth of civilization. On the seafloor near Yonaguni Island, they found a vast stepstone monument that geological studies suggest once stood above sea level approximately 12,000 years ago. During the last ice age, when ocean levels were dramatically lower, if these monuments like Yonaguni were built by humans, they predate known civilization by thousands of years. It represents the evidence of advanced architectural knowledge, while mainstream archaeology insists humans were primitive hunter-gatherers, incapable of monumental construction at that time. Marine geologist Dr. Masaki Kimura spent decades studying these underwater ruins and identified what appeared to be carved faces, quarry marks, and geometric patterns that would be virtually impossible to create through natural erosion processes. The structures include what resembles a castle, temples, a stadium, and connecting roadways, all arranged in a layout that suggests sophisticated urban planning. The precision of the angles, the uniformity of the construction, and the apparent integration of multiple architectural elements point to intentional design rather than geological accident. Skeptics argue that ocean currents and natural geological processes could have shaped these formations over millions of years. Yet the mathematical precision of the angles, the consistency of the construction patterns, and the apparent tool marks visible on the stone surfaces suggest human intervention on a massive scale. The debate continues to divide the scientific community, but the physical evidence remains impossible to explain using conventional theories about ancient human capabilities and ocean geology. Moving from Japan to the Baltic Sea, our second impossible discovery challenges everything we understand about Stone Age technological capabilities. In 2021, researchers announced the discovery of what they termed the Blinker Wall, a massive stone construction lying nearly 70 feet below the surface of the Baltic Sea. This isn't a small archaeological curiosity, but a megalithic structure stretching more than half a mile in length and dating back approximately 11,000 years to the Stone Age. The Blinker Wall consists of hundreds of carefully arranged stones, with smaller rocks deliberately placed to connect larger immovable boulders into a continuous wall structure. The precision of the construction and the strategic positioning suggest it was built by prehistoric humans as a sophisticated hunting tool, designed to corral reindeer and other large game animals during seasonal migrations. The scale of the project would have required coordinated effort from multiple tribal groups working together over extended periods. What makes this discovery impossible, according to conventional archaeology, is the level of planning, cooperation, and engineering knowledge it represents. Mainstream historical narratives describe Stone Age humans as small, nomadic groups struggling for survival with primitive tools and limited social organization. The Blinker Wall demonstrates mathematical precision, strategic thinking, and large-scale construction capabilities that challenge these assumptions about prehistoric human intelligence and technological development. The structure's preservation underwater has provided archaeologists with an unprecedented opportunity to study Stone Age construction techniques that would have been destroyed by erosion and human development on land. The positioning of individual stones, the integration of natural and artificial elements, and the overall design reveals sophisticated understanding of engineering principles that weren't supposed to exist for thousands of years. Our third impossible discovery takes us to Lake Michigan, where in 2007, researchers using advanced sonar equipment stumbled upon a stone structure that has baffled scientists ever since. Lying beneath the waters of one of North America's Great Lakes is a circular arrangement of massive stones that bears striking resemblance to England's famous Stonehenge monument. The underwater formation consists of large granite boulders arranged in precise geometric patterns that suggest deliberate placement rather than natural geological processes. What makes this discovery particularly impossible is its location and preservation. The stones show evidence of careful positioning and alignment that would require advanced understanding of astronomy and mathematics. Some researchers have identified what appear to be astronomical orientations similar to those found at other ancient stone circles worldwide. The precision of the arrangement and the massive size of individual stones indicate construction capabilities that challenge conventional understanding of prehistoric North American cultures. The underwater environment has preserved details that would have been lost to weathering and human interference on land. Tool marks visible on some stones suggest they were quarried and shaped using techniques that weren't supposed to exist in ancient North America. The positioning of the stones relative to celestial alignments indicates sophisticated astronomical knowledge that contradicts established narratives about indigenous technological development. Carbon dating of organic materials found near the structure suggests it may be thousands of years old, predating known advanced civilizations in the region by significant margins. The discovery forces researchers to reconsider assumptions about prehistoric human capabilities in North America and the possibility that sophisticated stoneworking cultures existed much earlier than previously believed. Moving from North America to the Mediterranean, our fourth impossible discovery involves artifacts that could revolutionize our understanding of ancient maritime trade and seafaring capabilities. Off the coast of Capri, Italy, underwater archaeological teams have discovered a concentration of obsidian artifacts at depths of 100 to 130 feet near the Grotta Bianca. These aren't random pieces of volcanic glass, but carefully worked tools and cores that suggest organized maritime commerce dating back to the Neolithic period. Obsidian, a volcanic glass prized for its superior cutting properties, was one of the most valuable trade commodities in the ancient world. The discovery of multiple obsidian cores in a concentrated underwater location suggests these artifacts may represent the cargo of a Neolithic shipwreck, which would be an unprecedented archaeological find. No other examples of obsidian cargo from Neolithic maritime trade have ever been documented, making this discovery potentially revolutionary for our understanding of ancient seafaring capabilities. What makes this find impossible, according to conventional archaeology, is the implication that Neolithic peoples possessed advanced navigation skills and seaworthy vessels capable of long-distance ocean travel thousands of years earlier than previously documented. The presence of worked obsidian cores, rather than finished tools, suggests this was a trading expedition rather than personal possessions, indicating organized commercial networks operating in the Mediterranean during the Neolithic period. The location and preservation of these artifacts challenge established timelines for the development of maritime technology and trade networks. If proven to be from a Neolithic shipwreck, this discovery would push back the date of advanced seafaring by millennia and suggest that ancient peoples possess navigational and shipbuilding knowledge that rivals modern capabilities. Our fifth impossible discovery comes from the depths of the Pacific Ocean, where recent expeditions have uncovered evidence of structures and technology that challenge our understanding of both ancient civilizations and modern physics. Using advanced submersibles and sonar mapping, researchers have documented what appears to be an ancient city submerged more than 126 feet below sea level, stretching an incredible 5 miles in length and 3 miles in width. Carbon dating analysis of samples from the site indicates these structures could be approximately 9,500 years old, predating the Indus Valley civilization, ancient Mesopotamia, and even ancient Egypt by thousands of years. The scale and sophistication of the ruins suggest a level of urban planning and architectural knowledge that wasn't supposed to exist during this prehistoric period. The site features intricate road systems, drainage networks, and monumental structures that indicate advanced engineering capabilities. What makes this discovery particularly impossible is not just its age, but the level of preservation and technological sophistication evident in the ruins. The structures show evidence of advanced metallurgy, precise stone cutting, and complex architectural planning that challenges everything we understand about human technological development. Artifacts recovered from the site include pottery, tools, and decorative objects that display artistic and technical skills, far beyond what conventional archaeology attributes to prehistoric cultures. The implications of this discovery are staggering. If verified, it would fundamentally rewrite human history and suggest that advanced civilizations existed thousands of years before the commonly accepted beginning of recorded history. The site could represent evidence of a lost chapter of human development, possibly explaining myths of advanced ancient civilizations that appear in cultures worldwide. These 5 impossible underwater discoveries represent just the beginning of what lies hidden beneath our oceans. Each finding challenges established scientific understanding and forces us to reconsider fundamental assumptions about human history, technological development, and the nature of reality itself. The pattern emerging from these discoveries suggests that our oceans contain secrets far more extraordinary than anyone previously imagined. The precision of ancient construction, the sophistication of prehistoric technology, and the advanced knowledge displayed in these underwater sites point to possibilities that mainstream science refuses to acknowledge. Whether these discoveries represent lost chapters of human civilization, evidence of unknown natural phenomena, or something even more extraordinary, they prove that the depths of our oceans hold truths that could change everything we think we know about our world. Our 6th impossible discovery takes us to the artificially submerged ruins of Shipwrecks, known as the Lion City, lying beneath the waters of Qiandao Lake in China. What makes this find extraordinary isn't just its preservation, but what it reveals about the destructive power of human decision-making and the accidental creation of perfect archaeological conditions. In 1959, the Chinese government deliberately flooded this ancient city to create a hydroelectric reservoir, submerging over 1,300 years of history beneath 40 meters of water. When diving teams finally explored the sunken city in 2014, they discovered something that defied all expectations. Protected from wind, rain, and natural weathering processes, the entire urban complex had been preserved in pristine condition. Every temple, memorial arch, paved road, and residential building remained exactly as it existed before the flooding. The level of preservation was so complete that archaeologists could study architectural details, artistic decorations, and construction techniques that would have been destroyed by natural erosion within decades on the surface. But here's what makes this discovery truly impossible, according to conventional preservation science. Underwater environments are supposed to accelerate decay, not prevent it. Organic materials should decompose rapidly in aquatic conditions. Wooden structures should rot, metal should corrode, and stone should erode from constant water pressure and mineral saturation. Instead, the Lion City demonstrates preservation capabilities that challenge everything we understand about archaeological conservation. The implications extend far beyond this single site. If artificial submersion can preserve historical sites with such remarkable completeness, how many other locations around the world might contain perfectly preserved evidence of ancient civilizations? Every time humans have artificially flooded areas for dams, reservoirs, or development projects, we may have inadvertently created time capsules that maintain historical evidence in ways impossible on the surface. Moving from intentional flooding to mysterious natural phenomena, our 7th impossible discovery involves the recent identification of deep-sea polymetallic nodules that appear to generate oxygen in complete darkness. Located nearly 2.5 miles below the Pacific Ocean surface, these naturally occurring mineral deposits have been found to function as biological batteries, producing trace amounts of oxygen that support marine life in environments where photosynthesis is impossible. This discovery shatters fundamental assumptions about the origin and production of oxygen on Earth. For decades, scientists have maintained that oxygen production requires sunlight and photosynthetic organisms. The idea that metallic nodules could generate oxygen through electrochemical processes in absolute darkness contradicts established biological and chemical principles. These nodules contain valuable metals like lithium and copper, creating electrical gradients that somehow facilitate oxygen production without any known energy source. What makes this finding particularly unsettling is its implications for the origins of life itself. If oxygen can be produced in the deepest, darkest parts of our oceans through purely mineral processes, then life may have originated in environments previously considered completely hostile to biological development. The discovery suggests that Earth's first living organisms might have emerged in deep-sea locations rather than shallow, sunlit environments as conventional theories propose. The timing of this discovery is also troubling from an environmental perspective. Deep-sea mining companies have already identified these oxygen-producing nodules as prime targets for extraction due to their valuable metal content. The prospect of destroying these unique oxygen-generating systems for battery production represents a potentially catastrophic loss of unknown biological processes that may be crucial for deep-sea ecosystem survival. Our eighth impossible discovery brings us face to face with technology that operates beyond known physical laws. Multiple military vessels have documented encounters with unidentified submerged objects that demonstrate capabilities impossible according to current scientific understanding. These transmedium vehicles move seamlessly between air and water without creating splash effects, turbulence, or any visible disturbance that should accompany such transitions. In 2013, infrared footage from Aguadilla, Puerto Rico captured a spherical object entering the ocean without generating any splash, then resurfacing and splitting into two separate objects before submerging again. The physics-defying nature of this event challenges everything we understand about fluid dynamics and aerodynamics. Objects moving at high speeds should create massive disturbances when transitioning between air and water, yet these vehicles appear to ignore such fundamental physical principles. Similar encounters have been documented by the USS Omaha, which recorded spherical objects hovering over the Pacific Ocean before dropping into water with no visible impact effects. The objects maintained their speed and trajectory regardless of the medium they occupied, suggesting propulsion systems that operate according to principles unknown to modern science. The consistency of these reports across multiple military platforms and geographic locations indicates systematic phenomena rather than isolated equipment malfunctions or misidentifications. What makes these encounters particularly impossible is the implied technology required to achieve such capabilities. Current human engineering cannot produce vehicles that transition between air and water without massive design compromises and visible environmental effects. The observed objects demonstrate propulsion and control systems that appear to manipulate fundamental forces in ways that contradict established physics. Military officials have confirmed these encounters represent genuine unknown phenomena rather than classified human technology. The implications are staggering because they suggest the presence of intelligence operating in our oceans with technological capabilities far beyond current human achievement. Whether this represents non-human intelligence, time-displaced human technology, or something else entirely, the evidence points to forces operating in Earth's waters that remain completely outside our scientific understanding. Our ninth impossible discovery involves the systematic recovery and classification of these unknown vehicles by military and government agencies. Recent reports describe sophisticated underwater retrieval operations using specialized ships equipped with advanced crane systems designed to haul large submerged objects from the ocean floor. These operations reportedly involve the recovery of craft, displaying technology that defies conventional engineering principles. According to documented accounts, these retrieval missions operate under extreme secrecy, with recovered objects transported to classified facilities for analysis by defense contractors, including major aerospace companies. The scale and sophistication of these operations suggest they represent systematic collection efforts rather than isolated incidents. The involvement of multiple government agencies and private contractors indicates these activities have been ongoing for extended periods. What makes this discovery impossible, according to official government statements, is that these agencies have consistently denied the existence of such technology or recovery operations. public statements maintain that unidentified aerial phenomena represent either misidentified conventional objects or natural atmospheric effects. Yet the documented evidence of specialized retrieval equipment and classified analysis programs contradicts these official denials. The systematic nature of these operations suggests that government agencies possess detailed knowledge about the presence of unknown technology in our oceans. The classification levels surrounding these activities indicate they involve capabilities that could fundamentally alter strategic military balance or challenge established scientific paradigms. The secrecy surrounding these discoveries implies they represent threats to existing power structures or reveal truths that certain authorities prefer to keep hidden. Our 10th impossible discovery represents perhaps the most mind-bending revelation of all. Recent oceanographic surveys have identified what appear to be artificially constructed underwater installations operating at depths and locations that should be impossible for human technology to reach or maintain. These structures display architectural features and technological capabilities that suggest they were built using engineering principles unknown to surface civilizations. The installations feature geometric designs and construction materials that don't match any known human architectural traditions. They appear to be actively maintained, with evidence of ongoing technological operation, including energy signatures and structural modifications that indicate continuous inhabitation or automated systems. The locations of these facilities in extreme deep-sea environments make access impossible using conventional human technology. What makes these installations truly impossible is their apparent age combined with their technological sophistication. Dating analysis suggests some structures may be thousands of years old, yet they display technology that surpasses current human capabilities. This combination of ancient construction with advanced technology creates a paradox that challenges everything we understand about technological development and human history. The implications of these discoveries extend far beyond archaeological curiosity. If these installations represent evidence of non-human intelligence operating in our oceans, they could indicate that Earth has been inhabited by technological civilizations for far longer than human recorded history. Alternatively, they might represent evidence of human technological capabilities that have been hidden from public knowledge or lost to catastrophic events in our distant past. These 10 impossible underwater discoveries represent more than archaeological anomalies or unexplained phenomena. They form a pattern of evidence that challenges the fundamental assumptions underlying our understanding of human history, technological development, and the nature of intelligence on Earth. Each discovery builds upon the others to create a cumulative case for possibilities that mainstream science refuses to acknowledge. The precision of ancient underwater construction, the sophistication of prehistoric technology, and the presence of physics-defying phenomena in our oceans suggest that reality operates according to principles far more complex and mysterious than our current scientific paradigms can accommodate. These discoveries point to the existence of knowledge, technology, and intelligence that remains hidden beneath the waves, waiting to reshape our understanding of everything we think we know about our world. The pattern of secrecy surrounding these underwater discoveries reveals something even more disturbing than the impossibility of the findings themselves. Government agencies have developed sophisticated protocols for suppressing information about underwater anomalies that threaten established narratives. Research teams that venture too close to uncomfortable truths suddenly find their funding withdrawn, their equipment confiscated, and their academic careers systematically destroyed. Consider the fate of marine archaeologists who have attempted to study sites like the Yonaguni monument or the Baltic Sea blinker wall. Initial enthusiasm from academic institutions quickly turns to bureaucratic obstacles when preliminary findings suggest evidence of advanced prehistoric technology. Research permits get mysteriously revoked. Scientific journals refuse to publish papers that challenge conventional timelines. Peer review processes become weaponized to eliminate research that contradicts established historical paradigms. The suppression operates on multiple levels simultaneously. Media coverage of these discoveries gets minimized or dismissed as fringe science. Educational institutions discourage students from pursuing research directions that might lead to uncomfortable questions about human origins. Professional archaeologists face implicit pressure to interpret findings in ways that support conventional narratives, regardless of what the evidence actually suggests. What makes this systematic suppression particularly troubling is its effectiveness. Despite the revolutionary implications of underwater discoveries that predate known civilization by thousands of years, public awareness remains virtually non-existent. The average person has never heard of the Yonaguni monument, the Baltic sea megaliths, or the advanced technology demonstrated by transmedium vehicles operating in our oceans. This information control extends to the classification of underwater exploration data under national security orders. Military sonar surveys that reveal artificial structures on the seafloor get immediately restricted from public access. Oceanographic research that documents unexplained phenomena faces classification reviews that effectively remove findings from scientific discourse. The intersection of underwater exploration with national security concerns creates perfect conditions for hiding discoveries that could fundamentally alter human understanding of our planet's history. Independent researchers who attempt to investigate these suppressed discoveries face coordinated harassment designed to discredit their work and destroy their credibility. Academic credentials get questioned, research methodologies get attacked, and personal reputations get systematically demolished through professional ostracism. The message becomes clear to anyone considering serious investigation of underwater anomalies that such research carries career-ending consequences. The technological implications of these suppressed discoveries extend far beyond historical curiosity. If ancient civilizations possessed advanced engineering capabilities demonstrated by underwater monuments, then human technological development may follow cyclical rather than linear patterns. Previous advanced societies may have achieved capabilities that were subsequently lost through catastrophic events, suppression, or deliberate concealment. The physics-defying properties demonstrated by underwater vehicles suggest propulsion and energy systems that could revolutionize transportation, manufacturing, and power generation. Yet this technology remains hidden within classified programs rather than being developed for civilian applications that could benefit humanity. The systematic concealment of breakthrough discoveries serves to maintain existing power structures built on technological scarcity and dependence. Perhaps most disturbing is what these suppressed underwater discoveries reveal about the nature of human knowledge and progress. Innovation isn't limited by scientific capability, but by institutional permission. Revolutionary technologies exist but remain hidden because they threaten the economic foundations of industries built on artificial limitation and planned obsolescence. The underwater realm contains evidence of capabilities that could transform civilization. Yet this knowledge stays locked away to preserve systems that profit from human technological dependence. The cumulative effect of these 10 impossible underwater discoveries forces us to confront deeply uncomfortable questions about the reality we inhabit. Are we witnessing evidence of hidden chapters in human development that have been deliberately erased from historical records? Could there be non-human intelligence operating in our oceans with technological capabilities that dwarf our current achievements? Or do these discoveries represent something even more extraordinary that challenges our fundamental understanding of consciousness, reality, and the nature of existence itself? The precision timing and mathematical relationships connecting these discoveries suggest patterns that transcend random coincidence. Ancient structures align with astronomical phenomena in ways that indicate sophisticated knowledge of celestial mechanics. Technological demonstrations occur at locations and times that seem designed to challenge specific aspects of established scientific understanding. The consistency of these patterns across different geographical locations and time periods implies coordination that operates according to principles we don't yet comprehend. What emerges from studying these underwater discoveries is a picture of reality far stranger and more complex than mainstream institutions are willing to acknowledge. The depths of our oceans contain evidence of technological sophistication, architectural precision, and physics-defying phenomena that suggest our planet has been home to capabilities that remain completely outside conventional human experience. These discoveries don't just challenge individual scientific theories or historical timelines. They challenge the fundamental assumptions underlying our entire worldview about human origins, technological development, and the nature of intelligence on Earth. They suggest that what we consider impossible may simply be beyond the current limitations of our understanding, and that the universe operates according to principles far more mysterious and sophisticated than our limited perspective allows us to perceive. The 10 impossible underwater discoveries we've explored represent windows into possibilities that could completely transform human civilization if their implications were fully understood and their technologies developed for beneficial applications. Instead, they remain hidden beneath layers of classification, suppression, and institutional denial, ensuring that humanity continues to struggle with challenges that may have been solved by previous civilizations or non-human intelligence operating in our oceans. The greatest tragedy isn't that these discoveries were made and then hidden. The greatest tragedy is that they represent solutions to humanity's most pressing problems, evidence of our true potential, and proof that reality contains possibilities far more extraordinary than we've been permitted to imagine. The knowledge that could free us from technological dependence, expand our understanding of consciousness and physics, and reveal our true place in a universe far stranger than we've been told, lies waiting in the depths, accessible to those brave enough to dive beneath the surface of accepted truth and discover what's really hiding in the waters that cover most of our world. The existence of these underwater discoveries proves that our oceans function as vast repositories of forbidden knowledge, containing evidence that could completely revolutionize human understanding of technology, consciousness, and reality itself. Yet the systematic suppression of this information reveals a coordinated effort to maintain humanity in a state of artificial ignorance about our true capabilities and origins. What connects these 10 impossible discoveries isn't just their individual impossibility, but the pattern they reveal about the nature of human knowledge and institutional control. Each finding represents a piece of a larger puzzle that suggests reality operates according to principles far more complex and mysterious than mainstream science acknowledges. The precision of ancient construction techniques, the sophistication of prehistoric technology, and the physics-defying capabilities observed in modern underwater encounters point to forces and intelligence that transcend current human understanding. The timing of these discoveries also follows suspicious patterns. Advanced sonar systems reveal ancient structures at precisely the moments when public interest in alternative history reaches critical mass. Transmedium vehicle encounters increase during periods of social upheaval, when established institutions face growing skepticism. Government retrieval operations become documented, just as classified programs face legislative oversight. These coincidences suggest that disclosure of underwater anomalies may be carefully orchestrated rather than accidentally discovered. Perhaps most troubling is the psychological impact of suppressing this knowledge on human consciousness itself. When revolutionary discoveries get systematically hidden, it creates a collective amnesia that prevents humanity from recognizing its true potential. Generations grow up believing in limitations that may be entirely artificial, accepting scarcity and technological dependence as natural conditions rather than imposed restrictions designed to maintain control over human development. The underwater realm represents the final frontier of human exploration on our own planet, yet it remains largely inaccessible to independent researchers who might uncover truths that threaten established power structures. Deep-sea exploration requires massive financial resources, advanced technology, and government permissions that effectively limit access to institutions that already control the flow of information about what lies beneath the waves. This systematic restriction of access ensures that underwater discoveries remain within the control of organizations that have demonstrated willingness to suppress revolutionary findings rather than share them with humanity. The cycle of discovery, classification, and suppression continues indefinitely, maintaining artificial ignorance about capabilities that could transform human civilization overnight. The evidence suggests that our oceans contain not just isolated anomalies, but comprehensive proof of technological and conscious capabilities that operate according to principles beyond current scientific paradigms. Whether this represents evidence of previous advanced human civilizations, non-human intelligence, or something even more extraordinary, the consistent suppression of underwater discoveries indicates that certain forces prefer humanity to remain ignorant of these possibilities. The 10 impossible underwater discoveries we've examined represent just a fraction of what remains hidden beneath our planet's waters. Each documented case likely represents dozens of similar findings that never reach public awareness due to classification protocols and institutional suppression. The full scope of underwater anomalies may be so extensive that revealing the complete truth could fundamentally destabilize existing social, economic, and technological systems built on assumptions of human limitation and scarcity. These discoveries force us to confront the possibility that the world we think we inhabit may be a carefully constructed illusion designed to hide the true nature of reality and human potential. The systematic suppression of underwater evidence suggests that knowledge capable of liberating humanity from artificial limitations remains deliberately concealed beneath the waves, waiting for individuals brave enough to dive beneath the surface of accepted truth and discover what's really hiding in the depths of our world. The implications extend far beyond archaeology or marine biology into questions about the fundamental nature of consciousness, technology, and human destiny. If the evidence hidden in our oceans reveals capabilities that transcend current understanding of physics and engineering, then humanity may possess potential that has been systematically suppressed to maintain existing power structures built on artificial scarcity and technological dependence. The pattern emerging from these underwater discoveries suggests that our planet has been home to intelligence and technology far more advanced than mainstream institutions acknowledge. Whether this represents lost human knowledge, ongoing non-human presence, or something even more extraordinary, the consistent suppression of evidence indicates that revealing the truth could completely transform human civilization in ways that certain forces find threatening to their continued control. These 10 impossible underwater discoveries prove that the depths of our oceans contain secrets that could change everything we think we know about human history, technological capability, and the nature of reality itself. The systematic suppression of this evidence reveals that we live in a world where revolutionary knowledge remains hidden, not because it's impossible to discover, but because its revelation would threaten systems built on maintaining humanity in a state of artificial limitation. The ocean floor holds answers to humanity's greatest questions about our origins, our potential, and our true place in a universe far stranger than we've been permitted to understand. These answers remain accessible to those willing to dive beneath the surface of accepted reality and explore the impossible truths waiting in the depths. The question isn't whether these discoveries exist, but whether humanity will ever be allowed to benefit from the knowledge they contain. What lies beneath our waves represents more than lost history or unexplained phenomena. It represents proof that reality contains possibilities we've been trained not to see, technologies we've been told don't exist, and evidence of intelligence and capability that transcends everything we think we understand about our world. The 10 discoveries we've explored today are just the beginning of what's waiting to be revealed, when we finally summon the courage to acknowledge that the impossible may simply be what we haven't yet learned to perceive as possible. Possible. These 10 impossible underwater discoveries represent more than isolated anomalies or statistical curiosities. They're evidence of a systematic pattern that challenges every assumption we've been taught about human history, technological development, and the nature of reality itself. From ancient monuments that predate civilization by millennia to physics-defying vehicles operating in our oceans today, each finding builds upon the others to create a cumulative case that mainstream science refuses to acknowledge. The mathematical precision of prehistoric construction, the sophisticated technology of ancient civilizations, and the ongoing presence of unexplained phenomena in our waters point to possibilities that transcend current scientific paradigms. Whether these discoveries represent lost chapters of human development, evidence of non-human intelligence, or something even more extraordinary, they prove that our oceans contain truths capable of fundamentally transforming human civilization. Perhaps the most disturbing revelation isn't the impossibility of these discoveries themselves, but the coordinated effort to suppress them. The systematic classification of underwater findings, the destruction of research careers, and the deliberate concealment of revolutionary technologies reveal that we live in a world where breakthrough knowledge remains hidden, not because it's scientifically impossible, but because its revelation threatens existing power structures built on artificial limitation and technological dependence. The depths of our oceans hold answers to humanity's greatest questions about our origins, our capabilities, and our true potential. These answers remain waiting for those brave enough to dive beneath the surface of accepted reality and explore the impossible truths that lie hidden in the waters covering most of our world.